Well, isn't that a lovely tune? Hello everybody and welcome to Monster Prom XXL or XXL Fat. I am DevilDryEyes and this is an interesting game that I bought the other day that I thought I would share with you guys. So in the spirit of Halloween, I thought I might as well play this game that is monster related, except this time around, instead of being chased by monsters or chasing other people as monsters, you have to try and date each other. Dating sim where you have to try and take out one of the specific monsters on a date and ask them to prom and see if they will say yes. I have tried it a few times before already and I've only managed to actually take one person to the prom out of the main 6 characters in the regular mode, but it's actually harder than you would expect, which actually does make sense for real life because you can't just go, hey, here's everything I like. It's exactly the same as yours. Let's go to prom together. And then it happens, because that's not how it works. But anyway, let's just jump straight into it. Monster Prom XXL. How many of you are there? It's just me. It would be fun to play this with 4 players, because you can actually compete with your friends to see if you can take the same person to prom, because obviously they'll only take one person. So it's quite funny. We'll do the classic one for now. The lovely purple man with his bloody good monocle. You can do a short one for half an hour, a full game for 60 minutes. Of course I'm going to do an hour. Spooky high school. The sweetest years of our lives. Back then we were young and unafraid. Sometimes reckless, sometimes brilliant, sometimes just stupid, but always willing to live life to the fullest. We were on a wild journey to discover who we really were. Who are you? Who am I? I'm going to choose the first guy, the yellow guy. There you go, Dry Eyes. We'll call him Dry Eyes, and my pronoun is a he. I am a cisgender male, just so you're aware.
Alright.
Okay. And we had yet to experience this ultimate challenge, the Monster Prom. I remembered clearly, 6 weeks were left, and as we fantasized about our dream prom dates, we were all scrambling to catch the attention of one of our 6 most charismatic classmates.
Huzzah!
Miranda Vanderbilt, 19, a sweet mermaid princess who was as cute as she was genocidal. Nice to know. Damien LeVay, 21, a fearless demon with a taste for destruction and a love of fire. Scott Hole, 21, a werewolf athlete who compensated for his rather small brain with a stupidly huge heart. Gotta love those guys. Liam DeLioncourt, 4XX, he's over 400 years old. A hipster vampire whose standoffish demeanor hid that he was truly a lovable dork. Sounds like me. Polly Geist, 22? A party ghost of an insatiable hunger for all the wrong things. Yes, that's true.
What?
And Vera Oberlin, 23. A mean, self-made gorgon with a merciless sense of business. It was clear it had to be one of them. But who? We only had 6 weeks to choose our prom date, and even more daunting, we only had 6 weeks to woo them and conquer their heart. But as I already said, we were young and unafraid, and we were ready to start. Hey, it rhymes, so you know it's true. Team Wolf, huh? Welcome to Monster Prom's stupidest pop quiz ever. All minds are rotten, but they are rotten in so many different ways. Worry no more, we're now using our PhD in bullshit to diagnose which kind of deviant sicko you are. Monster Prom's stupidest pop quiz ever, TM, will throw a bunch of absurd questions at you and turn your answers into character stats. This way, each of you will start by having stats that better reflect your true selves. Let's start. Awesome. Okay, I'm going to try and answer these how I would answer them normally. I'm not going to try and do anything specifically to win over any specific character yet. I'm going to just see who I'm most likely to go with and then go from there. Okay, you're elected president for a day. What's the first law you pass? Trivia fact, presidents don't pass laws, so is this a trick question or are you just being an idiot? You can deduct taxes by writing sonnets instead. Amount of taxes deducted are calculated based on the beauty of the sonnets. Okay. $1 bills will now include a picture of me and the inscription, "Beware, too much awesomeness. My presidency might last a day, but my fame will last forever." I'm going to go with the smart-ass answer. I'm not actually sure because I don't have a president where I live, so hey-ho. I'll just go with a smart-ass answer. What a poor, epically strong rhino. You build a 100-foot statue commemorating an event so that in 1,000 years, archaeologists can learn something about the people of our time. What does the statue represent? Your least favorite political figure being devoured by rabid rhinoceri, which are also covered in badass tattoos. Hence the rhinoceros den. That glorious instant when your friend stopped you from texting embarrassing stuff to your ex while hella drunk. Never done that, so not that one. That mind-blowing twist in your favorite TV show that clearly changed the life of everyone forever, unlike all that boring stuff they show on the news. Definitely that one. So creative. Okay, what's next? What would be a deal breaker for a potential lover? The person is mediocre, the person hates the outdoors, the person lacks manners, the person lacks taste, the person is a coward, or the person is boring. I'm gonna go with lack of manners. I've got her, what's her name? Miranda Vanderbilt, the mermaid lady. I've got extra heart with her. But I'll see what I want to do anyway. Okay, week 1. Dry Eyes, that's me, player 1 and the only player here. Okay, if I was in high school now, where would I want to go in the morning? I would probably just be chilling outside, to be honest. That day during recess, yeah, that's right. That day during recess, you start a half-hour rave that goes full crazy. You have no idea how it escalates so much, but at one point there are like 300 people. Someone summons demons from a nightmare dimension. The consequences might distort the fabric of reality itself. But who cares? It's a rad party. You gain +2 fun. Look how fun I am with that dab dancing. Nice shirt too, man. After that, you engage in a deadly match of truth or dare or death with Polly, and that would be a super interesting event to cover. But then the two of you spot Miranda and Liam deep in an intense conversation, and that's bound to be much more interesting. Oh, great. I get to do their voices. Lovely.
Hey, babes. You were making quite a noise, and I love anything that makes quite a noise. What's up? Hey, you two. Miranda and I were having a creative disagreement. You see, we wanted to start our own school club. You know, an intellectually rewarding extracurricular that enriches our minds while probably not being mentioned ever again in the future, because continuity at this school seems to be a bit random. Noise, let's do it. You'll know my fave things in the world. Fun candies? Sexual activities? Noise? No, dummies, that too, but I meant chess and Russian literature. Stop treating me as if I were two-dimensional.
It's funny because Polly is the only one I've actually managed to take to the prom so far, because it seems like she's the easiest one to get to take to the prom, because you just have to be kind of crazy.
Let's start a literature club.
Oh my god, Ducky Ducky Literature Club!
Huh? I'm not sure. Do you remember what happened last year when we joined the literature club? We wrote dope poems and made new friends? No, the other thing.
Oh.
Ah, fuck. Yes, that's right. So weird, I almost forgot. I mean, that's how I died, you know? Anyway, thing is, Miranda and I were already between two ideas. I propose we start the Club. A delightful meta club where we enjoyed ourselves by designing and crafting new school clubs. Boring! I proposed a Little Pony Sweet Dreams Club, a club where we would spend our nights learning how to tell the right bedtime stories to ponies. Well, you two really know how to sound two-dimensional. But in any case, can't you both just do your own clubs? No. Our lives are fueled by the conflict and confrontation that can only be solved by choosing between two options. That's why we need to choose which club is the best one. Because Dry Eyes, that's me, always seems to choose based on who he wants to ask to prom. So which one should we go for? Just remember, one of the ideas includes ponies. A tough choice. Mostly because I'm like super drunk right now. Oh yeah, that's another thing about Polly, she's always drunk or high on something. A tough choice indeed. It's your opportunity to convince Polly of one of the options, because no one is preventing you from making choices based on who you want to ask to prom. Okay. I mean, the pony one is at night, so it technically counts as a nightclub. The best club is clearly the club because, and then just throw some confetti. Yeah, I'm gonna... I mean, I'm not too bothered by being meta or by ponies, but I'm actually gonna go with the club, I think, so Liam's gonna like me for that one. So fun! And so you throw lots of colourful, happy confetti that you carry with you when you want to cheer people up, alongside your black and white sad confetti for more solemn situations.
Whoa.
Confetti. Oh, I love confetti. I also love confetti as a very valid argument, so club it is. I must admit, confetti is pretty nice. Maybe Liam was right the whole time, and I wasn't able to see it because of the lack of confetti in his argument. Really? That was what you needed to be convinced? I'm this close to arguing with you about you changing your own mind. But you know what? What if we start designing and crafting our club now? It will be the first of many clubs we will create. Huzzah! Your silliness and cheerfulness is stupid but nice, huh? You know what? As the club president, that's me, I think the second club we can craft and design might be a Little Pony Sweet Dreams club. Aw, Liam, there's a little fluffy purple heart down there under that hater facade, isn't there? Shut up.
Ah, everyone is happy now. Also, you might be into conquering that little fluffy purple heart eventually. For now, you gain +2 creativity and +1 fun. Cool.
Oh my god.
Okay, let's go. Dry eyes, we're in the cafeteria. Now I have to decide where I want to sit. This tiger guy is the coach. This cat lady is actually the shop. So I could sit with any of these guys. Who to go for? I mean, Liam likes me a bit, and so does Miranda. Polly's always funny to talk to because she's just always high off her tits. I could talk to these two crazy guys over here. I mean, these two on this other table are probably my least favorite out of the main 6 because they're just both just miserable and angry all the time. Let's go and see Scott and Miranda, I guess. You arrive at Scott and Miranda's table to find Scott happily chowing down while Miranda stares horrified at her tray. What's wrong, Miranda?
Yuck!
Isn't it obvious? Right here on my tray. Fish sticks!
Yeah, Fish Stick Fridays, isn't it great?
It is not great, Scott. The fish are my subjects. This is clearly the work of the air people.
What?
Air people?
Yes, do you not know the air people? The merfolk's most hated rivals? Don't you read the news?
Yeah, sure. Because I totally know how to read. What?
Well, I must insist that you cease eating those fish sticks immediately. It is high treason.
But I've been looking forward to Fish Stick Friday since last Fish Stick Friday. Are you sure I can't eat any? He's asking Miranda while holding a fish stick really close to his mouth, but you feel like you've got a better answer to settle this argument. You blurt out, "Haven't you heard, Scott? Fish sticks make you work at sports. They contain ball droppinol and nerd flavored." Nice. Fish sticks contain absolutely no fish. It's all garden snails and food-grade plastic. Scott can eat as many as he wants. Yeah, I'm gonna say that because it's just... Eat your fish, Scott. Eat your fish. See, Miranda? There's nothing wrong with fish sticks at all. They're good and good for you.
I suppose you're right. Perhaps this is not the air people plot I suspected after all. Though I am disappointed that so much plastic is being used in fish sticks, rather than plastic drink rings to catch birds with.
Don't forget about the snails. There's snails in it too.
I would much rather forget about the snails, thank you.
Does this mean you still don't want your fish sticks? Can I have them? Can I?
Very well, you may partake. I'm not sure where my eating serfs have gone off to in any case. As you watch Scott chow down on his artificial fish fingers, you decide that both he and Miranda have weird relationships with food. Clearly. Scott gives you a thumbs up while still munching those fish fingers. Yes, another thing about Miranda. Apparently, she actually gets her servants to eat her food for her, which is weird.
All right.
Seems like most of the main characters actually don't actually eat their food ever. Okay, where would I go now? I would probably go to the auditorium. That day, while rehearsing for the class play, it's as though the muses themselves has descended to give you a figurative blowjob. Nice. Your performance is intense and inspiring. It will be remembered for generations, which is pretty rad by high school play standards. You gain +2 creativity. My creativity is pretty high right now. It's pretty sweet. You notice Liam and Scott having a discussion. Scott looks confused and Liam looks bored, which means they're probably having an argument.
Look, not that I care, but aspiring to be a professional sports star is both impractical and passé.
Wait, you don't care? But you walked all the way over here just to tell me that.
Nice tree outfit.
Plus, don't you want to be like a professional magnetic ibuprofen?
Mimetic influencer. Tried to keep up.
But how does one of those guys earn money?
Mimetic influencers don't earn money, Scott. We earn cultural capital.
Okay, how much cultural capital does a sandwich cost? Nice.
I can see that I'm not getting through to you. Hey, you. Could you explain to this cretin why my career path is objectively the best?
Yeah, and also, could you explain what a cretin is? I love how stupid Scott is. Liam means he wants to be an artist, and artists are important. Who do you think designs all those sports jerseys? Actually, I think sports is the best career. I mean, how far can a mimetic influencer throw a football, huh? Not bothered by sports, so Liam.
Awesome, bro.
So smart. Whoa, artists do that? I always thought uniforms were designed by the same person who designed their studly pecs. God. Liam, are you God? Well, Scott, God is dead. But so am I. So essentially, yes. So cool! You wonder how long it would take for Scott to figure out Liam isn't actually God. In the meantime, you gain +2 creativity and 1 smarts. Awesome, seems I'm getting in with Liam pretty well at the minute. Gonna have some vampire love, maybe.
Alright.
Still a better love story than Twilight. Okay, in the morning we'll go to the gym. That day an epic dodgeball match takes place. I used to love playing dodgeball in secondary school. It was the best time. Everything seems lost, but you deliver an inspirational speech that fuels your team's spirit. I definitely wouldn't have done that. Leading to a spectacular comeback. You're clearly a natural born leader. You gain +2 charm. Thank you. Against the expected, you spot Scott and Liam engaged in what it seems to be an intense conversation. They seem so into it that you can't resist the urge to ask them what's going on. We're discussing this recent novel, Two Lights. It isn't a novel, it's a rad movie with lots of cool dudes with amazing abs. Well, it's actually based on a novel, and it's anything but rad. It's cultural trash. But I decided to like it ironically. Hipsters, eh? The thing is, there's this human girl with 2 guys who like her. Hey, wait, see, now we are talking about Twilight, see? I just mentioned that a minute ago. But the guys are part of 2 enemy human races. The wild shirtless humans and the mysterious deep look-giving humans. Bloody right. And it seems these type of humans can't stand each other. Oh, and the deep-looking... oh, and the deep look-giving humans shine in the sunlight. Did you know that's actually a lesser-known trait of some humans? The thing is, the next movie will be released soon, and we're super hyped. Ironically. We can't wait, bro! We need to satiate our hunger for 2 lights. I can read. This is your opportunity to show these 2 you're well-versed when it comes to satiating urges. I can say that word, I swear. Go for it! Let's cosplay, let's go shirtless. Oh, we should write a nuanced player based on it. Totally not fanfic. Yeah, let's make a play. Oh, I see it. So creative. Liam loves me. A nuanced pastiche involving the characters of 2 lights. Throwing a new light over their fears and desires. And over their abs! Yeah, sure. With an unexpected twist that will elevate the strengths of the original over. Is that how you say that? Something subtle yet powerful. Something like the rival humans ditching the girl and fucking each other's brains out. What a twist! Yeah, I like that. It's artistic because of reasons. I'm sure he doesn't just want to see humans screwing each other. If they are nude, that means more muscles and stuff. I like that. Sure, it sounds a lot like a high form of art and nothing like thirsty fanfic. You're some kind of promoter of the arts. You gain +2 creativity and +1 smarts. Awesome. Awesome sauceum. Week 2, noon. Okay, I'm definitely getting in well with Liam, apparently. Okay, in that case, we might as well go see Liam and actually get to talk to Damien for the first time. You find Damien brandishing his usual silverware, a hammer and chisel, while Liam looks on in horror. You can't eat that. Watch me. First of all, it's made of one seamless piece of obsidian. So it's low calorie. And second of all, it's a lich's phylactery. Part of this balanced breakfast. It's lunch. You're just jealous. No, I'm nervous. Nervous that you're going to eat that, get possessed by a lich, and kill us all. Well, I'm nervous that's not going to happen. Looks like these 2 are at an impasse. Maybe you can solve the dispute and score some romantic cred at the same time. Damien, don't eat it. Damien, don't eat it. You won't have room for all those baby seals I brought you. Okay? Liam's right, Damien. You should make him eat it. Nah, yeah. I'm gonna go with Liam on this one because that is what I would go for anyway. Yes. Baby seals, give them to me. I can already taste the cruelty. Yes. Dry Eyes, you scoundrel. How could you substitute wanton irresponsibility for animal cruelty? You quietly explain to Liam that the baby seals you're feeding to Damien aren't really baby seals. Hey, These are just steel-shaped beanie babies stuffed with tofu and pig's blood. My favorite! Good thing you always keep a sack of baby seal decoys in case of killer whale attack. Sure. I applaud your craftiness and your high regard for animal life. Let's go return this phylactery to Larry's crypt. Together. Oh, it's a date. It ends up being the third most romantic night you've ever spent in a crypt. Score. Awesome. Romantic nights in crypts, eh? Week 2 evening. Okay.
All right.
That's me. Okay, where are we gonna go now? Let's go chill in the library. Hey there, cutie pie. I found your pro. Let's chat. Oh, profile, I guess it's supposed to be. I love that porn spam. That day you spend some time on the library's PC, sending malicious spam emails in the hopes of stealing other people's money. It doesn't sound very nice, but who's really the one to blame if they respond to such a blatant scam? I mean, that's kind of true. You lose you lose minus 10 karma, which isn't a stat in this game, so who cares? And you gain plus 2 money. Yes, it's a thing of all the different places that you can go. They all give you a specific stat out of the ones on the in the top left there, top right even. It just so happens that library is the one that gives you money. But Liam isn't paying attention to any of that. He corners you afterwards to lecture you on Instagram filters.
What no one seems to understand about filters is that they're not about making pictures better. They're about making pictures browner and harder to see. That's why I use my own proprietary filter for almost all my photos. Infinite Torpe? Is that Torpe? I don't know. It's also probably why I have only 6 Instagram followers, but we must all make sacrifices for our art. In any case, I have to go. There's a dead rat in the parking lot I simply must document, okay? As soon as Liam's gone, Miranda peeks out of an air conditioning duct. Goodness, the situation is even more dire than I thought. If Operation Make Liam Popular again is to succeed, we must get started immediately. What's that? Oh, sorry, what's that? Why, yes, of course you're part of my operation. I unwillingly force people into my service all the time. Oh, you want to know why it's called Operation Make Liam Popular again? Well,
let me explain it to you.
He's been alive for, like, centuries, right? I'm sure he must have been popular at some point. I'll check the history books later. There's no time now. Phase 1 is getting Liam more Instagram followers. I took the liberty of having my royal spies discover the password to his account, so we can give it a total makeover. Use his account to post a bunch of porn and bomb recipes, or pay 1 million homeless people to follow Liam on Instagram. Yeah, I'm not paying anyone. So fun. What is porn? Oh, she's so innocent.
Oh, my sweet summer child.
Never mind, if you suggested it, it must be something very classy and suitable. I shall put you in charge of curation. Porn away, comrade. God, I bet loads of people love to hear that. You turn Liam's account into Instagram's #1 resort for weird dicks and domestic terrorism. Epic. Shockingly, this turns out fine.
There you are. I wanted to share the great news. I'm Instagram infamous. Apparently, my filter game was so edgy that the backwards administration decided to close my account. But not before I amassed over 3 million followers. They're all following me to my new website, hotliampic66.com. Of course, I'm utterly devastated that my work has finally become mainstream, of course. Yes, this is the worst, and I am not happy at all or excited about it, sure. Anyway, I have to go take pictures of my lunch. My fans are waiting. So many people take pictures of their food nowadays. I do not understand it at all. I'd rather just eat my food and document it. You're not sure they're waiting for what? You're not sure they're waiting for what Liam thinks they're waiting for, but whatever works, right? You gain +2 creativity and +1 charm. Okay. Week 3, morning. Morning.
All right.
Okay, what do we need? I've got like 0 bloody boldness. I'm not sure if that really matters. I don't want any money right now. Let's go with class. Let's go to class. That day you listen to your elders and learn valuable lessons. Sometimes after all the monster nonsense and the dating gimmicks, you forget that attending class is supposed to be the primary activity at this high school. You gain +2 smarts. I'm a smart boy. I'm not sure what my character is supposed to be exactly, but he's always got these little, like, tiny black creatures that sort of appear behind him every now and then, so I'm not sure. I'll have to look that up at some point. Maybe he's a ghoul, I don't know. In art class, you're having a hard time looking at the unspeakable eldritch relic you're supposed to be painting, when Liam and Miranda thankfully provide you with a distraction.
What are you talking about, Miranda? That relic clearly represents the futility of man's quest for meaning in a world of consumer goods. But how do you know that, Liam? To me, it just looks like a gruesome and horrific offering to a pitiless god, like Uncle Anathema used to make. Okay, whoever that is. Why is it easy, Miranda? When I want to discern the true meaning of a piece of art, I simply, make it up. Make it up. Look at the bottom and read the clearly printed label that explains the true meaning of art. Yes. Ridiculous. There's nothing written on the bottom of... There's something written on the bottom of the statue. Of course there is. It seems that this game is always go for the most ridiculous answer and you'll probably get a good outcome. This statue clearly represents the futility of man's quest for meaning within capitalism. Oh dear, Liam, it looks as if you were wrong. You said in a world of consumer goods. That is merely my superior vocabulary at work, Miranda. The artist was an eldritch sculptor, after all, not an art critic. Wow, Liam, you're so smart and so humble. Liam calmly accepts Miranda's sincere compliment, but when he thinks you're not looking, he runs around looking at the bottoms and backs of every other piece of art in the room. You've clearly changed his life, probably for the better? You gain +2 charm and +1 smarts. You're welcome then, Leon. Help you be a hipster even harder now. Dun 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 dun.
Alright, okay.
Okay, who to go to now? Is there anything I can buy? Do I want to buy anything? Yeah, let's see if I can buy anything from, I cannot remember what your name is. Hey, why would you study and prepare for your future when you can come here and buy some weird shit instead? Am I right? Okay. Some of these items are fucking weird, by the way. There's a corpse, there's a dragon porn book. Yes, there's a used tampon, it's weird. A ghost sheet, which I think I've bought like all these I've bought before. Yes, it's weird to just to buy a tampon for a fucking trophy in this game. But I think I'm going to buy this, a Russian novel with an insightful approach to universal matters such as love and death. You sure about this? You can always use Wikipedia to get the general idea and still be able to act as if you read it. Yeah, I come in to buy something. Oh, I got some smarts because of that. Nothing better than the smell of money. Well, actually, there is many better smells, but you know what I mean, right? Yes, like lavender and cheese. Week 3, evening.
Alright.
Okay. Okay, what do I want to go for this time? Let's try and get a bit more fun, I think. That day, during recess, you start a half-hour rave that goes full crazy. You spot Juan, the small magical Latino cat, who seems a bit sad. Oh, poor Latino cat. He explains to you that he's worried people are so used to calling him Juan, the small magical Latino cat, that now everyone defines him only by his size, magicality, ethnicity, and species. He's more than that. You correct him, you don't see him in such simplistic terms and convenient definitions. It's just that there are around 23 other different Juans in the school, so adding all that to his name is quite necessary. You tell him you'll never forget about him and the crazy adventures you both lived together in Monster Prom's prequel, Monster Middle School. You have a great time remembering those crazy stories. You gain +2 fun. Splendid. Afterwards, Miranda beckons to you from a darkened corner. Psst, co-conspirator, over here. Phase 1 of Operation Make Liam Popular Again was an overwhelming success. Liam is internet popular. Now we just need to make him real life popular. Okay. And what better way than by making him prom king? Maybe so. Unfortunately, when I asked him to run for prom king, he said, and I quote, "Never, never, never, not in 100 years, and that's not an exaggeration because I've been alive for hundreds of years and I've never run for prom queen, so there you go." Awesome. Which was clearly his cryptic way of saying he wants us to make him prom queen. I don't think that's what he's saying. My first thought was to murder the current prom king after establishing Leon as his rightful heir, but I couldn't find any bloodline charts to work from. Ah, you don't understand any of this, do you? You've been in the water too long, missy. So I suppose we must engage in this democratic election the school is holding. Now, how can we secure a win for Liam when he is opposed to running or making any effort to win? I'll dress up as Liam and give the best campaign speech anyone's ever given. Pay 1 million people to vote for Liam as prom queen. Yeah, I'll make a speech. So charming. That's a great idea. You look just like him. I know. I mean, I've got black skin and not as... I've got messy hair, and he's purple and a vampire and has like slick back hair, but yeah, we're good. You squeeze into some skinny jeans, some suspenders, a lot of purple paint, and a sense of smug superiority, and gather a crowd in the auditorium.
Ladies and gentlemonsters, you say, for too long our school has been ruled by prom kings who care about things. Caring about things makes you weak, because what if you care about the wrong things? I, Liam de Lioncourt, will never be wrong, because I don't care about anything. I don't care about my dumb clothes or my stupid man bun or any of you. That's it, it's a man bun, that's what it's called. To be honest, I don't even care if I win. If I don't, I'll just blow up the school with the hydrogen bomb I buried under the cafeteria. You walk off the stage to thunderous, terrified applause. I am not surprised. You don't know whether it was the speech or the threat of extinction, but Liam wins by a landslide. Drafts and curses. Rumors say I'll be elected prom king in spite of my sincerest wishes. How horrible to have the love of the entire student body showered upon me. The cold blackness in my soul, which has so long sheltered me from my true emotions. Gah! It's thawing! This is terrible, and I am in no way enjoying it. Look at this. I'm not enjoying it, I swear. I don't want to be popular, I don't care. God, hipsters. Still, I should probably pick out a tuxedo. You know, so as not to appear ungracious. You're happy to help Liam pick out a tuxedo. You even help measure his body. Nice. You gain +2 fun and 1 creativity. Oh, my smarts and creativity are going out the ass. That means Liam's gonna love me. He's gotta be all about the smarts and creativity, surely, being a hipster. I might need some charm, though, on top of that, so let's go to the gym! That day, an epic dodgeball match takes place. Again. Amidst the battle, you spot a fellow player that seems utterly discouraged. She thinks she's not worth anything at dodgeball, and she attempts to throw a ball at herself. Okay. You explain to her the many ways you think she's unique and wonderful, while also defending the many pleasures in life. With your help, she's capable of finding reasons to keep playing and gains a sense of self-worth. That's good. You gain 1 BFF. Sadly, she's not part of this game, so that beautiful friendship will take place off-screen. Okay, I'll just imagine it in my head. Her name was Beatrice. And +2 charm. Okay, let's go Beatrice. Scott strolls by, happily munching on something. Liam gapes at him, appalled. Gaping in what way? What on earth are you eating, Scott? This delicious new flavor of Fangos potato chips, Maximum Ultimate Double Barbecue Massacre. Really? Because it looks like a raw severed goat head inside a cardboard tube. Oh, yeah, I guess it does. Could have sworn it was potato chips. Still tasty, though. He's a werewolf. Tasty? Tasty? Does wanton environmental destruction sound tasty to you? I don't know. Is that a kind of jerky? No, Scott. Don't you realize that in order to harvest these goat heads, Fangles & Co. decapitate millions of innocent goats every year? But what do they do with the bodies of the goats? Nothing. It's a horrendously wasteful practice. Oh no. Oh no! All those poor headless goat bodies running around and bumping into things. We have to stop them. Wait, really? I was just trying to make you feel guilty. I didn't actually have a plan of action, but if someone were to suggest one... Is that why I'm here? Okay. Assemble an army of vengeful undead goat torsos or write an extremely mean blog post. I mean, that second one does look very hipster-esque, so let's go with that. Yep, I knew it'd be good. How can you post a... But how can a blog post cause any kind of meaningful... Quiet, Scott. I've been training my entire life for this. Liam whips out a tablet with "This machine kills fascists" written on it, and gets to work. Nice. The blog post he writes is so incendiary, the Monstropolis Fire Department has to send digital firefighters to put out all the flame emojis. Fangles is forced to recall their Maximum Ultimate Double Barbecue Massacre flavor, just to prevent the internet from burning down. Scott bids a tearful goodbye to his cardboard tube full of goat heads, but you all agree it's for the best. You gain +2 smarts and +1 creativity. Awesome. Smarts and creativity, that's right. Crevicity. Smarts and creativity out the butt. That's the one. Oh yes, this chick here is she represents the Coven, which is like three witches in the same group, sort of like Charmed, like the TV show Charmed that I never really watched, to be honest. Okay, let's go sit with Liam, and I forgot her name already. Vera, that's it. You approach Liam and Vera's table to find them thoughtfully tasting several glasses of wine. This school has literally no rules, apparently. Ah, wine. That most exclusive of beverages. Even a vampire such as myself cannot resist its class and allure. Do you know a lot about wine, then? I'm having dinner with the King of France next week, and I could use some pointers. France doesn't have a king anymore. That's what the media wants you to think. So, do you know about wine or not?
Alas, in my ceremonies of living, I have only learned how to look good holding wine, not how to evaluate it. All I know is that I am not drinking another glass of wine. Vera points at a bottle with Polly's toilet wine written on it in permanent marker. I bet that tastes great. One I wouldn't give for an experienced sommelier to help us judge which wine is best. Did I say that right? I don't know. You know nothing about wine, but you're pretty sure most sommeliers just make stuff up anyway. You suavely recommend try a sangria. It pairs well with seafood and blood. Or the tannins in this robust Malbec are an elegant way to mask the taste of poison. Perfect for diplomatic missions. Let's go for the over-the-top one. Yep, of course you would like that. Why would you want to disguise the taste of... Oh, you're going to poison someone. Of course you are. You're always poisoning people. Quiet. No, I'm not. People in no way directly associated with me are always poisoning people. And soon they will strike again. France has suffered under its unjust king for too long. Plus, he called me fat at a party once when I was 11.
Who is this king you keep talking about? I'm telling you, France doesn't have a king anymore.
Soon, Liam. Soon. Vera's so thankful to you for solving her assassination problem she lets you braid her snakes. You get bit a few times, but it's so worth it. I bet. It took so long then, the music stopped. Week 4 evening. I'll have to think of a new voice for Vera. That one kind of just sprang on me. Okay, we haven't been to the bathrooms yet, so let's go to the bathrooms. That day you skip class and just hang out in the bathrooms because you respect no authority. I guess some people just want to watch the world burn. And do their hair, apparently. By skipping class and hanging out in the bathrooms, you give +0 shits, but you gain +2 boldness. Nice. You're casually reading the latest issue of Monster magazine when you are rudely interrupted.
See? Even Dry Eyes, a sensible monster with a good head on his shoulders and at least some plus smarts, is reading Monster magazine.
Yeah? And that's bad, because we're warriors, so we need to fight.
Scott takes the magazine from you and punches it.
Hooray! Let's go solve another of the world's major problems.
No, Scott, we're social justice warriors. You see, Dry Eyes, ever since our major success with the Fangles Goathead debacle, we've taken it upon ourselves to stand up against injustice.
By punching magazines.
No, Scott. As you no doubt noticed, Monster Magazine's sexiest monster alive this year is Count Victor von Musselbord, the werewolf prince/bodybuilder. What makes him the 5th royal werewolf-built bodybuilder in a row to earn the title? What about those of us with leaner physiques? What of our representation? So now we're endeavoring to get Monster Magazine to name someone from a more marginalized community as their sexiest creature alive.
We just need to figure out a way to convince them, since I guess punching the magazine wasn't good enough.
He didn't look happy about that. Psh, that's easy. All you need to do is solve everyone's body image issues forever is... make our own version of the magazine featuring a free-winged chupacabra on the cover, or lean heavily into the warrior part, storm Monster Magazine and hold the editor-in-chief captive until he promises to stop exclusively promoting one aesthetic as the pinnacle of monster sexiness. Yeah, that one. Ah, not so bold.
Oh yes, good plan. I love being a warrior.
I'll admit it. It does sound like an attention-grabbing demonstration, if nothing else.
Hot diggity dog, with that you're off to storm the Monster Magazine headquarters. We're gonna get shot, aren't we? Using the element of surprise. Your second favorite element right after nitrogen. How did you know? Your plan is to overpower Monster Magazine security and march straight into the editor-in-chief's office. But unfortunately, you're just a bunch of high schoolers. And even a talented high school athlete like Scott is still a high schooler and therefore no match for a highly trained security detail of professional bodyguards. Why not? You get your asses totally handed to you.
I don't feel like a warrior.
You don't look like one either now.
And this is not justice.
It sure isn't. Good job, Dry Eyes. You destroyed society, justice, and warriors, and lost -2 fun and -1 charm. That's fine, because I didn't care for it anyway. It was a stupid idea. Week 5 morning. Morning? Okay, what to do now? I've got shit tons of smarts and creativity. I feel like I might need to get more charm if I want to get Liam into my bed, but let's yes, go to the gym again. That day, a further epic dodgeball match takes place. Many people fall during the battle. You can't take any more, so you valiantly go straight to the other team's leader and start negotiations for a truce. After hours of intense diplomacy, you commit to an agreement. What an unexpected twist. You gain +10 righteousness, but this game is so wrong in so many ways that you would be lucky if you could do anything with that.
and +2 charm. It's only been one match and you can see that Polly and Liam are already bored. Oh, I love it when Polly appears, she's hilarious. Ah, there's the coach, see?
Marvelous, my dear student athletes. This match was great, but I know the remaining 29 matches will be even greater. Time to get that blood pumping and those heart rates going.
Why do we have to do this? I don't even have blood or a heart. Also, I hate playing with balls.
Are you sure? Most of the time. Yep, see?
You're right, Paulina.
That's her real name, Paulina.
Physical exertion is for lesser beings with no conception of how to properly
While away the hours? Okay, sure.
I'm not sure what you're saying, unless you mean you're like down to help me skip this bummer of a class. Indeed, but we need to do so cleverly, so as not to get detention.
Let's throw a surprise party.
Oh shit. Coach, we can't play anymore. Sorry.
What? Why?
Because this is a surprise party for you.
Fortunately, Polly always carries some party horns and lots of confetti with her. Sounds about right.
Surprise!
Kids, really? Why?
Because today is Best Coach in the World Day.
Me? Me, the best coach in the world? Only because I have the greatest students in the world. I'm so happy. Let's call it a day and enjoy this. Instead of playing the remaining 29 mandatory matches, let's play 39 joyful matches.
This is non-ideal, to say the least.
Did we somehow just end up getting assigned more physical activity?
Nice plan, genius. Sorry, you are dead, so I don't see how you'd be out of breath. In the end, you celebrate by getting muscle cramps everywhere and only end up feeling more alone. You lose -2 charm and -1 smarts. Oh, that's a shame. My smarts are still amazing, though. I lost the charm I just got. Week 5, noon.
Alright, it's me, okay.
Okay, let's go sit with Liam and Damien again then. When you reach Liam and Damien's table, you find it absent of food, but covered in paperwork. That's weird for Damien, at least.
Do we really need all these special forms? Can't we just write death threats on regular paper?
For the last time, Damien, substantive change within an administrative system requires mastery of the mechanisms of bureaucracy.
Bureaucracy! ...
...
What if we wrote the death threats on really fancy paper?
Liam turns to address you.
As you can see, my mastery of realpolitik has caused me to embrace an unlikely ally in my request for reform.
I have no idea what he's saying. I just want the cafeteria food to stop being so fucking boring.
You see, our interests are aligned. I too desire a menu less pedestrian.
Sure, either way, we're stuck on the last bit. We know we want the menu to change, but we don't know what to change it to.
Yes, we have indeed encountered a culinary block. Perhaps you can suggest something appropriately artistic?
A white plate with a single sprig of parsley in the center, the essence of minimalism, or a bowl of knives, the essence of knives. Well, that's obviously the Liam option, that's obviously the Damien option, and I actually would prefer the Liam one anyway.
That's it.
That's it?
So authentic.
Don't you see, Damien? It's a bold commentary on the emptiness of consumption.
Really? It sounds like a plate with a leaf on it.
Oh, you'll really never understand.
But like, why even have a leaf on the plate if you're trying to be so minimalist?
My god, you're right. Why even have a plate? Why have anything at all? That's it. A new menu item is...
nothing.
Nothing!
Yeah. The school receives Liam's petition. From now on, the lunchline will include one empty tray. A great victory for artistic expression. And a very big loss for hunger. Week 5. Evening. Evening. Okay, where do we want to go now? I want to get some more charm. I want to try and max out my charm. Who's in the gym now? That day, an epic dodgeball match takes place. The match is so intense and both teams are so into it, you decide to raise the stakes by betting part of your charm against part of the other team leader's charm. The commitment amazes your whole team and their spirit is fueled by determination. Undertale in a reference. Finally, you win and take +2 charm from the other team's leader. She's now a bit less fabulous. Bit less fabulous! You see Liam staring at his cell phone, sighing deeply. Maybe one of his favorite bands signed to a mainstream record label, or the exact shirt he's wearing is featured on a magazine cover. You decide to check in with him.
You know StartKicker? The vile website where people crowdfund projects not good enough to get real investors?
Wow, thanks Liam. Do you not know why you exist? Yes, I believe this game was kickstarted, clearly.
Well, today I found something of some interest. A time machine. I mean, it's clearly another terrible overpromise that will be released at least a decade after the due date.
Sounds like a StartKicker thing, yep.
And in the end, it will be way shittier than promised. Like a toaster attached to a clock.
Okay. Does sound pretty shit. A toaster attached to a clock? Genius! You discreetly write down the idea in your $1 million notebook. Let's see if you can beat those guys to market. Yeah.
But I was sighing deeply because I couldn't help but think. Supposing I were to acquire such a machine, I wonder, where in time would I go?
Well, I think the top answer straight was at 3.85 billion BC, so you can be into existing before it was cool. Well, everyone knows the dopest time in monster history was 1925, specifically July 26, 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. I'm gonna do this hipster sounding one. Oh no, fine. Okay. 3.85 billion BC.
Billions of years before anyone evolved any worthwhile opinions.
I thought you only cared about your own opinion now, Liam.
How can I be ahead of the game if there's no life on the planet to see how ahead of the game I am? How can I show what a unique individual if I'm the only individual? How can I be a brooding loner if there's no one to see me brood? It's like that old adage. If a vampire is trend-setting in a desert...
Fuck's sake.
If a vampire is trend-setting in a desert, but there's no one there to see it, it's a trend even set.
Okay. You try to correct his memory about the adage, but you've probably pissed him off enough already. You lose -2 sharts. Yep. -2 smarts and -1 charm. Gotta love this mispronunciation of words I'm doing. Week 6, morning, the final week.
Alright, okay, let's do it.
Where do I want to go? I don't care about getting any money at all. I would go to class, but she's there and she's going to ruin my fun. Let's go to the bathrooms. That day you skip class, intending to spend the term in the bathrooms. But you encounter 3 wild hyenas on the way there. Who the fuck runs security here? Nobody, apparently. Anyway, you subdue them with the help of a hair comb, that one right there, as you can see. God bless the monster scouts and all the idiotic scenarios they prepared you for. By the time you get to the bathrooms, you've totally gained +2 boldness. Cool. You're walking with Liam later when suddenly a holy crossbow bolt slams into the wall next to you. It's the Slayer.
Prepare to die.
Okay.
Prepare to die.
You flee with Liam and manage to get out of sight. Now's the perfect time for you to hide while Liam turns into a bat. But he's not transforming. You ask him why the hell he's just standing there instead of changing.
It just seems a little cliche, doesn't it? A vampire turning into a bat? Honestly, I'm over it. If I could turn into, for example, the concept of a bat, now that would be a change worth making.
You don't even know what that means, but if you can't get Liam to turn into something soon, he'll get you both caught. You quickly tell him to change into... Oh, okay. Okay. I mean, a hot dog stand would be great because I love a hot dog right now, but... General feeling of unease. Turn into a general feeling of unease, Liam. Yes.
Magnificent, a perfect balance of abstraction and practicality. I admit I have difficulty imagining the concept of a bat, but a general feeling of unease? Why, I experience that many times a day.
Liam disappears in a poof of purple smoke. You don't know where he's gone, but you sure don't feel good about it. What's the matter? Do you have your shirt on inside out? Have all your friends just been pretending to like you? Suddenly, the Slayer bursts in. She takes one step towards you, then stops.
Why do I feel like I left my stove on when I left the house this morning? Shit!
The Slayer flees to check on her stove. Liam turns back into a vampire, and you immediately feel better.
Oh man, my soul has never felt so tormented. I'll have to do that more often.
You hope he decides to do it when you're not around, but you're glad that he's happy. You gain +2 smarts and +1 creativity. Cool. I guess it maxes out at 20. That's good. Week 6, noon. Okay.
Alright.
One more chance to get into Liam's pants. I mean, good book. Liam. You find Liam artfully arranging his food while Miranda diligently sorts her silverware. Neither of them is eating, obviously.
Have you found it yet?
I'm trying, Liam, but finding the perfect silverware for your cafeteria food pick is an art, not a science.
How hard can it be? It's just silverware.
Just silverware? And I suppose that food in your food pick is just food.
No, it's a metaphor for urban consumption in a postmodern industrialized mega society.
Well, my silverware is a metaphor for
silverware.
Yes, is that not enough?
It's more than enough, but can we carry it along? The lighting is perfect right now and I don't want to lose it.
You're a bit of a silverware aficionado yourself. Maybe you can speed up the selection process while simultaneously demonstrating your knowledge. Try the picture fork. It's a fork for taking pictures of. Nothing conveys elegance and tastes like a gloating spoon. I feel like gloating spoon would be more of Ian? Yes, Ian, now Liam's thing. Oh no, it's hers, okay. Ah yes, the gloating spoon, the most distinguished of utensils.
What's a gloating spoon?
Well, of course, you wouldn't know about it.
Rude.
No, I wasn't being rude. Rudeness is simply the way one must introduce a gloating spoon.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Well, of course you didn't. You're not as cultured as I am.
Such smug superiority. I am no match for this spoon.
Miranda produces the gloating spoon with much fanfare. It looks like a regular spoon to you, but then, what do you know, you peasant? You convince Miranda to spend some time with you after lunch, lovingly explaining the spoon's finer points, even though spoons don't have points. Spoons? They sure don't, you're right about that. Okay then.
All right.
Week 6 evening, the last chance. This is your last chance before the dance. Let's try and get a bit more charm before we go. That day, an epic dodgeball match takes place again, but the match isn't as important as the human interactions within it. You're at your peak when you decide to go for the overkill and wink at one of your teammates. He's totally mesmerized. It's the most epic wink ever. Cha-ching! Damn, you know how to win over people's hearts. You gain +2 charm. Thank you. With that out of the way, you hurry away to your secret meeting with Miranda.
How majestic!
Well done, co-conspirator. Operation Make Liam Popular again is a rousing success. And for the record, I did discover that Liam was popular for a 3-month period in the early 16th century, so the name fits. All that remains is for us to wait for prom and celebrate our...
Your deception? I knew it was too good to be true. My idiosyncrasies are remarkable, but they aren't marketable.
Nice.
This was all a cruel joke, wasn't it? A bet between two popular kids that they could make an outcast loser into prom king.
I'm not popular. You think I'm popular? That's nice.
Well, guess what? The circus is over, and this clown is climbing into his tiny car and going home. Along with like 12 other tiny clowns, if the metaphor holds, which it doesn't. It was a bad metaphor. Goodbye.
No, Liam, I wasn't trying to be mean. I don't have a mean bone in my body. I don't even have bones. That's true, I guess. You might check that affirmation later. It depends. Oh, fish sticks. I've already spoke about fish sticks, you don't like those. If we don't do something to fix this, all our hard work and subterfuge will be for naught. But how can we make amends? Surely not with some sort of overwrought romantic gesture defying all logic. You tell Miranda not to worry, you've seen plenty of teen rom-coms, you know how this part goes. Okay. You need a grand romantic gesture, a race to the airport to confess your feelings before Liam boards his plane, or pay a million people to sell out I'm sorry. So it's visible from... let's do... I can't remember what the name of the film is this is from. I can't remember. Let's go for that anyway. So charming. Wait, how did you know that Liam was about to board a plane? Are you stalking him? Yes. If you are, that's fine. Isn't that what all romantic comedies ever have taught us to do? That is creepily true, yes. Anyway, you find Liam in the international terminal at Spooky Airport waiting in line to board. You pass through airport security by telling them you're there for a romantic gesture. Because airport security might say no to terrorism, but they can't say no to love. Nice.
You're too late. I'm going to Belarus, where my calculations have revealed that nobody likes me and I can go back to being unpopular.
You grasp Liam's cold, dead hand in yours, and with perfect sincerity tell him what he means to you. Nothing. Don't you see? You say, looking deep into his eyes. You don't need to flee to Belarus to be unpopular, because you will always be unpopular in my heart, which is coincidentally about the same shape as Belarus. Also, I fucking hate you.
I don't know what to say.
Tell me you hate me too. Let's have do some nice hate fucking later. Mainly because I don't know what you're... that's not me talking.
Mainly because I don't know what you're talking about. But if I don't understand it, that must mean... It's art. You said art to me. Oh, how could I ever dream of leaving you behind? Alright, if it makes you happy, I'll return to Spooky High School and don that heavy prom crown. But only because I know that no matter how popular I get, there will always be one person who thinks I'm only so-so.
Relatable. The people in the airport line clap and cheer, clearly not understanding anything you two just said to each other. Liam accompanies you back to school and you gain +2 creativity and +1 smarts. Also, you should visit a hospital since your heart being the shape of Belarus can't mean anything good health-wise, I'm sure. I get the feeling I'm on the way to a secret ending of Liam being prom queen instead of actually taking him to prom, but we'll find out, I guess. The monster prom draws near. That's me. Who were you asked to prom? Well, obviously it's gonna be Mr. Liam de Lioncourt. I always loved his purple skin. Yes. Let's go, Liam.
All right.
Alright.
Oh, ironic.
Who could have foreseen this? Liam and DryEyes, prom royalty?
We did. It was all our plan. We fought for love and love won. Liam is popular again. Huzzah!
Anyway, after all these years spent avoiding cliches, this doesn't feel as bad as I imagined.
So,
Maybe doing a 180-degree turn for cliches is good, but embracing cliches is like making a 360-degree turn from them. So disruptive. Look at my happy face.
At that moment, Miranda becomes distracted by some other wacky plan and leaves you with Liam mumbling to himself. Such a lovable dork. Prom night arrives and the two of you decide to embrace all cliches, from slow dancing to actually having fun. After the coronation, Liam admits he's having a great time, which is causing him to reflect on all the cliches he avoided all those years, which he could now embrace. Yep, this is a secret ending, that's hilarious. Then he puts his hand over yours and says,
And you know what the biggest cliche I've been avoiding is? Love. And I don't even care how cheesy that sounded. I have tears in my eyes.
boy, that was cheesy. But you know what? You don't care either. True that. Hey, nice. Yeah, that was a secret ending. DryEyes, most diplomatic smile. I don't even think he has a smile. He hasn't got a mouth, has he? And Liam, tightest man bun. Yep, he's a tight man, alright. Okay. Hey. Those 6 weeks were maybe the most epic and absurd weeks of our lives. After the monster prom, we kept on living our lives, falling in love, battling for friendship, and learning about who we were and who we could be. And you know what? Like it always does, life happened, and it was wonderful. Liam and Scott co-wrote a weird cheesy fanfic of True Lights that became unexpectedly popular to the point it turned into a well-known novel of its own. Probably still better than Twilight 2. Half the characters are shirtless, for all the right reasons. Is there a wrong reason? Haha. Miranda used her vast knowledge of serfs to get a job handpicking the best serfs for other people. Unsurprisingly, she ended up leaving her serfs to do the work. Of course. Vera, who we only saw once in this entire playthrough so far, Vera built the Oberlin Empire into endless greatness. They own a shameless number of companies. It's known that they're also into lots of sketchy businesses. But no one does anything about it. I mean, who the hell would try to stop Vera Oberlin? Only Vera Oberlin can stop Vera Oberlin. For those 6 weeks, the monster prom seemed larger than life, and then it was gone, just like that. The battle for monster prom might have ended then, but there were plenty of battles left in that war called youth. But once again, we were young and unafraid, and we were ready to start. Roll the credits! There we go, at the after party after becoming prom king and king. Good stuff.
Let's skip this then.
You have unlocked 4 new images in the gallery. Yes, let me look at those images. Where's that ending image? Does it go down? Nope, down. There he is. Lovely. That's the prom king, Liam. So that was the ending we got. That's lovely. Did not expect it to actually go well. I expected to be left hung out to dry like I have so many times before. So yeah, I think I've got like 3 secret endings now, including that one. One which involved a whole lot of weird stuff with Polly, as you can see. You don't really want to know what that is. Actually, you probably do. You might see it again in another episode if I just do it again for funsies. And yes, this game is very strange, but also very fun. So there you go, that's it for this episode of Monster Prom XXL. I hope everyone enjoyed it, because I definitely do. It's always really fun reading through those things, and it's also fun putting on voices for the characters, because that's just what makes these visual novel kind of games more interesting anyway. So thank you everybody so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave it a like, and if you enjoyed it a lot, then make sure to subscribe to the channel to see any more videos I upload in the future of Monster Prom or any other games that I play. Probably going to play this more because it's so bloody fun. I'll probably do it in recording and outside of my own time as well, just because I can. Yet another game showcase for Halloween coming up, even though this is definitely a different take on what you'd expect, but it's still very fun, and I would definitely recommend getting this game if you want to have a laugh and see who you may end up going to the prom with, if anybody. But either way, make sure to leave any suggestions in the comments below of any other games you'd like me to play. Visual novels are definitely good recommendations for me, for sure, one of my favourite game genres. And also share with your friends if you could, especially because this game is just fun and it helps me out to share it with your friends anyway. So thanks again everybody, and happy Halloween. Goodbye!